What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here. Please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We got a few different things to talk about. Of course, we're going to get into Braxton Wells and the situation with Tyler Perry and his studios, his VP, all that. But we're also going to talk about Amy Luciana because, as you guys may or may not have heard, she divorced Dwight Howard. And that was on July 1st, believe it or not, but we're just now hearing about it. What happened with their relationship? Could she not keep up with Miss Kitty? Let's go ahead and get into all that, y'all. Oh, shoot, y'all. I forgot to share this in the Instagram group. Hold on. Let me share this so more people can come in the room. But what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? And make sure you guys follow my new page on Instagram, AT2 Entertainment. I'm still posting on my regular Instagram, but sooner or later, the AT2 Entertainment is going to be strictly celebrity gossip and stuff like that. So I am sharing it on both for the time being. But I do plan on switching over to the AT2 Entertainment permanently. All right, let me share it. Okay, make sure my AT-tubers come in the room. But let me say what's up to the people. What's up, Starneek? What's up, Casey? Shout out to my big bro, Casey. Yes, hit that like button. What's up, Tina Marie? What's up, Ronnie? How you doing? What's up, V? What's up, Great Dame Mom? Who else we got here? Sharice. What's up, Cheryl? What's up, Joy? Nice to see you, Joy. What's up, Karma Cartel? You pushing weight, huh? What's up, Kai? What's up, Adrian? Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. It's going to be a good show. Also, I'm probably going to piss y'all off with a lot of stuff that I say, but hey, that's what I'm here for, to make you angry. All right. So first up, let's go ahead and knock this out regarding Amy from Love and Hip Hop and Dwight Howard. For those of you do know or may not know, they are getting a divorce. Like I said in the beginning of the show, she filed on July 1st. They've been married for 6 months. January 11th. Yes, January 11th of this year was their date of marriage. And Amy, she's done with him. She's done with Dwight Howard. But I have a question for y'all. Did she actually love Dwight? Or was this just a come up for her? Did she actually love Dwight, or was this just a come up? I want to know in the chat right now. Was this just a come up for her? And what I mean by that was she knew that this man really didn't like women. She knew this man, he liked him a little extra meat. This man is nasty and freaky. And could she keep up with him? I don't think she knew. No. She knew what she was getting into. I think that she thought she could change him. She was one of those women like, girl, I know I can change him. That's what she was thinking. She was thinking she could be the one to change him. But she couldn't. Dwight liked what he liked. Genesis, you said publicity. Yeah, I agree. It was Amy knew she didn't have no chance on Love and Hip Hop. Oh, yeah. I forgot Amy is from Love and Hip Hop, right? I don't really remember her being in like the storylines and stuff like that. Granted, I'm not an avid watcher of Love and Hip Hop no more. After Jocelyn, Stevie, and all that, I became uninterested. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. But I do know Amy is on Love and Hip Hop. Maybe she was looking for another storyline, or she probably knew that her storyline was coming to an end. So she had to find, a come up. And Dwight is worth, I think, over $50 million. Somebody look up his net worth for me real quick. But as you guys see, it says, comes now plaintiff Amber Howard, that's her real name, by and through the undersigned counsel and files this for the complaint of divorce, respectfully show the court as follows. And then they blanked out the address and all that stuff. And so she's asking for half. She wants all the marital assets. But here's my thing. You've only been married for 6 months. You moved into his house. What assets were you going to get? That's what I'm confused about. What assets were you going to get? And like I told you guys, hold on, let me make me big on the screen real quick. Whenever like these people change and they found Jesus all of a sudden and they're about God, but still she's living in sin, as far as going out to the club, drinking, doing whatever she wants to, but now she's so in tune with God. And this is, she don't want nobody talking about her relationship and all this other stuff. And she's a godly woman. She's a married woman. She don't want nobody disrespecting her husband. She kneels to him. She's submissive and all that. Like whenever I hear people talk about that kind of stuff, I'll be like, this seems like clout. And for me, I don't think you should be using God for clout. I'm going to just be honest. I don't feel like her walk with Jesus was sincere. I think this was to play into, we're new and change. And I feel like with Dwight Howard, he was trying to lead into that whole, okay, I'm a godly man, I'm a God-fearing man, because he wants to deflect from what he likes. He believes that God won't accept him for what he likes and who he is. We all sin, baby. God is going to love you for you. And I want Dwight Howard to know that. If Dwight Howard is watching this, because don't forget, I got a strike on one of my videos, a community guideline strike. So I know Dwight Howard watches. That's how I know, right? So, I want you to just be who you are. God will love you either way. It's all about having a good and pure heart. Just like I told Diddy, stop using these women to get the dick that you want. I'm going to give Dwight Howard the same tough love. Stop using these women to get the dick that you want. Just go ahead and get that dick. Can I get an amen? I don't know if I'm going to get amens after that, but can I get an amen? Somebody give me an amen, damn it. Where Kim Kardashian at? Kim go teach Amy how to be a certified gold digger. She needs classes. Amy kept trying to start Beast to keep a storyline and it didn't work. Then the new season started tonight and she wasn't on there. Oh, you know what, Joy? I think that she quit. Yeah, I think this was the thing. Like now that she's a godly woman, she quit the show. But I bet you anything, she gonna go back to that show now. I mean, at least she'll have a storyline, right? One thing that I don't know, I wonder if they have a whatchamacallit, a prenup. I wonder, do they have a prenup? Because that would be interesting if they got a prenup. I want to know that. Do they have a prenup? Because I can't imagine Dwight Howard being that stupid to not do a prenup. Let me see Dwight Howard's net worth. Hold on. I don't know if somebody put it in the chat or not. What you're doing? Okay, it's talking about his contracts. No, what is it currently? Not 140 million. I was wrong. A lot more than I thought. 140 million. That they said that's what his net worth is worth. 140 million. So 140 million. With that being said, she trying to get some of that money. I want to know if she was on. Good question. If she was on prep, good question. Leave God out of this. What's up, Uncle Charles? How you doing? Yeah, I have no idea. Dwight is very exhausting to me. Yeah. And one thing that I shout out to Royce. I had Royce on my show a while back in January. Back in January, I had Royce on my show. And she was taught, this was the time when she was exposing Dwight Howard. I guess the NDA or whatever agreement that she had expired, so she was able to talk now. But knowing how Dwight Howard is so controlling, and she talked about how abusive he is, not just physically but financially, and the stuff that he does and the mental games that he plays with people. I think Amy thought she was the one to change him. Or I think also this too, she was just along for the ride to get the money. I hate to put it that way, but yeah, I think she just wanted the money, and she wanted that stability. Dwight has a compound. I don't know if you guys know what a compound is. Y'all smart, y'all know what it is. But basically a large land with a whole bunch of houses and stuff. Yeah. So he has a compound. Who wouldn't want that kind of life? That's security right there. Now, the reason why I put Tasha K in the title, because I want to go ahead and give her a shout out, because Tasha K was the one who Ben said like there was a whole domestic violence dispute. Allegedly, this was the rumor that Tasha K had. One of her insiders had told her that she allegedly had caught Dwight Howard messing around with men again. And then there also was allegedly a whole domestic dispute. So with that being said, and of course Amy, and I think I even I posted the live where Amy was basically talking about how, oh, you guys are spreading rumors, we still together. I just don't post him because you guys say mean things about him. And she was talking about how she doesn't mind if people disrespect her, but she don't like people disrespecting her husband. That's why she don't post him like that. But mind you, like I told you guys, she didn't go to his Hall of Fame induction for Orlando. She didn't go to the Hall of Fame induction. His kids went, but not her. Plaintiff anticipates the defense will acknowledge the service. Okay. Let's see. The parties separated on or before the date of filing of this complaint and have lived in a bona fide state of separation since that date. Okay, so July 1st, I guess that's when they lived in separate places. Plaintiff is entitled to divorce for. Hold on, this is hella small. Let me read this off my phone. I got it up here for y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. Is it hella small for you guys too? Y'all know I am blind as hell. Not Rich Amy. Amy is a dumb blonde. Yeah, she's something. Listen, if she can cry herself all the way to the bank, she good. The party separating. No. Okay, plaintiff is entitled to the divorce from the defendant on the grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken as defined in OCGA, blah blah blah, and there are no prospects for reconciliation. What is irretrievably broken? I've never seen that excuse before. It usually says irreconcilable differences. Let me look that up real quick, y'all. Irretrievably broken. I've never seen that as an excuse. irretrievably broken. Marriage meeting. Okay, here we go. An irretrievably broken marriage, often used in context of divorce, signifies that the relationship is damaged beyond repair and cannot be salvaged, regardless of fault or blame. It means at least one spouse believes the marriage is beyond fixing and there's no reasonable chance of reconciliation. This concept is a key element in many no-fault divorce proceedings. Here's more explanation. No-fault divorce. In many jurisdictions, a marriage can be dissolved based on the concept of irretrievable broken or irremediable breakdown without requiring either spouse to prove fault or wrongdoing. Okay. So I guess she just wants to get the hell up out of the marriage? Because basically, as I'm understanding this way, you can have like no fault. But if everything's okay, like, nah, something happened. Yeah, basically they're saying like you believe in no way, shape, or form this marriage can be salvaged. So you just want to get the hell up out of the relationship. No one expected that to last long. That means it can never be repaired. She walked in on him folding. What? Do y'all think? Do y'all think they might have been doing threesomes? Like, I mean, she had to have known. Like, that's why I'm all like, I don't know if it's just like, okay, she caught him, still dibbling and dabbling. Like she knew like this was a part of the thing, like a part of the deal. Like I just always believed they had a lavender relationship, a lavender marriage. Means she gonna leave with a shoebox of Okay, let me ask you guys real quick. Do you believe that Dwight Howard and Amy Luciani had a lavender lavender marriage? Yes or no? She was gonna get paid, especially since she caught him doing the bending. Yep, deep purple. Damn, oh, as in the color lavender. Ah! She definitely was in on the gag. Black eye purple. Oh Lord. Yeah. And look at Joyce being, I mean, not Joyce, Royce being petty. She said yikes in the comments. Okay, plaintiff real property and all personal property be equitably divided by the court. But how much property did they have together? They only been married for 6 months. Plaintiff asked the court to consider a reward for periodic lump sum. And wait, she want a lump sum of money? What can you get for 6 months? Or any combination thereof on a temporary or permanent basis? Can you really get alimony like that for 6 months? And then she wants her attorney fees covered too, which is common. Wow. Okay, yeah. It's just legal jargon and stuff like that. But I wanted to see if there was an amount, but I don't see any mention of a prenup at all, though. But like I said, he would be stupid not to sign a prenup. or get her to sign a prenup. He's the one with the money. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything on here about a prenup. That is crazy. Yeah, what happened? Did she catch him folded up like a pretzel with Miss Kitty? That is a very good question. Is she defrauded? Yeah, and you know what? She didn't put fraud. That's the thing. She put irretrievably broken, which is basically like no fault. You don't have to prove any fault. Like you basically don't have to give like prove any wrongdoing. This almost seems like, hey, this really does seem like a lavender relationship. I'm thinking like, hey, we got a contract. You be with me for 6 months to a year. And then when you get tired and you done with me, you can then file for divorce. And then that way I can say, oh, look, I tried the marriage thing and it didn't work, blah, blah, blah. But as long as it presents him as being straight, that's all she cared about. That's what it seemed like to me, y'all. I hate to put it that way. But as long as you keep my secret and you don't tell nobody, I'll go ahead and give you some cash. I'll give you something. He probably was like he was only gay once and caught him. Like this was just a little phase he went through. You know how women they like to eat each other's cat and stuff like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm not gay. I just ate a little cat before. That's it." So he probably just told her like, "Oh, I just sucked a little eggplant before. That was it." And so she probably believed him, and then, but he continued. So yeah, okay, that's probably what it was too. I don't know. I'm just assuming, y'all. I'm just assuming. We don't know until we find out more information. Oh, and right now she's posting like, Amy. None of us want to care. None of us care about that. Like, we want to know if you're gonna put out a statement and tell us what the real is. Tell us what what really happened, what really went down. When you give us the expose, that's when we care. But right now, yeah, we ain't caring. And we ain't gonna buy your music either. We don't care nothing about your music. We don't care what's going on in your life. We want to know, did you sign up for a lavender relationship, but you got upset because it was too purple for you? As in the words of Princess, it was too purple. Who's sampling eating cat? I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's be clear. Are we even surprised that this marriage didn't work? Oh no, we're not. And let's be clear. Like, I am not surprised at all. I at least thought they would fake it for a year. I didn't think like 6 months. Like, damn. And like I said, just last month she was talking about how she don't want nobody disrespecting her husband. That's her husband's. Don't disrespect him. He's the best guy ever. Do I still got that live, y'all? Hold on. Couture, I talked about that because remember Royce said that he was very abusive too. Let me see. Nope, I can't find it. Okay, but it's somewhere on my page or whatever. But she was talking about how much she loved him and all this other stuff, and don't be talking about her husband, all this. So yeah. A trial period over will not renew, right? Ugh. Oh, not abusing the kitty. Oh Lord. I sampled it and I went back for the rest of the track. Shout out to Serena. That is funny. Oh my god. Them download, not the downloads are super aggressive. Oh, damn. All right, you guys, but that's it with Amy and them. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to um Braxton. Let me take this down again. Shout out to Tasha K. Um, oh no, not turn off my camera. Hold on, y'all. I'm forgetting how to even work StreamYard. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as you guys may or may not know, Braxton actually went on Storm Monroe's channel. Shout out to Storm Monroe. They talked about the situation and what went down with Tyler Perry and the Mark guy. He's the VP of Tyler Perry Studios. I'm gonna just be honest, and this is the part where you guys get pissed at me. I do believe that something went down. I do feel like this man is hurt by whatever happened to him. I just don't think it's as black and white as we may put it out. Now, I will say, okay, well, AT2, there's an NDA. Something happened, obviously, if they did an NDA. Yes. But an NDA does not mean that you are admitting to guilt. It does not mean you're admitting to guilt. I know a lot of us say, like, oh, if you do an NDA, that means you're guilty or you're trying to hide something, right? But don't forget, in 2023, Christian Keys had, dropped his, oh, I may or may not tell the police, and he dropped that, right? So then Homeboy comes talking about Braxton Wells. He comes the following year with his stuff, and then they're like, oh shit, we don't want this heat. And so I believe there's more than just Christian Keys, and they're more than just Braxton who got a payoff. I believe there's more than these two. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like more people got paid off from Tyler Perry and his people. Or put a 2 in the chat. These might be the only 2 people that got paid off. I honestly feel they were paying off so many people that when it got down to Derek Dixon, he was asking for $260 million. Oh, they was like, nigga, nah. Even though he a wigger, they was like, nigga, nah. We they was all like, now hold on. Listen, 260 million. Go ahead and tell my secrets. After that, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. $5. Okay, I'll pay you $5 to keep my secrets, but 260 million? Are you crazy? You trying to rob me? I definitely would have filed an extortion on you, like TD Jakes did when that fool talking about, oh, he kissed me back in the 80s. Dwayne Youngblood, TD Jakes was like, no, you're trying to extort me. I'm filing a lawsuit against your ass. That's what Tyler Perry should have did. File a lawsuit against Derek Dixon, talking about some 206. No. You better get your white ass up out here. 260 million. Even if something did happen, and I know y'all gonna cancel me for saying this, even if something did happen to Derek Dixon, you out your fucking mind. You think you're gonna get 260 million? What? I don't care if y'all cancel me for that. 260 million? Are you out your fucking mind? That's not even reasonable. Like, of course you shoot high, right? We all know that. You shoot high. Shout out to the Messy Sweet Spot. We all know you shoot high, a high number. But 260 million? Put a 6 in the chat if you believe. No, put 260 in the chat if you think that number is way too high. 260. And listen, we don't even know if anything happened with Derek Dixon. Let's just be let's be clear. We seen a few text messages, but we're not even sure if Derek Dixon's story is even real. I think that fool was probably going through a lot of mental issues, and Tyler Perry, being the guy that he is, wants to cater and Tyler. Is there no gay billionaires? Like, remember that one? Listen, there was a situation recently, and like it's this black guy who married this old white guy. Like, the black guy wasn't actually gay, but the old white guy is a billionaire, and he wanted him, and so basically the black guy turned gay for the billionaire, and now he's divorcing the billionaire. And mind you, the billionaire had a wife before and left his wife to be with the black guy. I forgot what the name. It's a recent story, like in the last month too. I just don't know the names of the people. Do y'all know the names? But like I said, is there no gay billionaires that Tyler Perry can be with? Like, why do you want to be with these straight men or these straight presenting men, and not just get you somebody that that black guy. Oh, see, they said he wasn't though. Like, he turned. Well, shit. Now you gotta be right. But they say he turned. No. Lucky you, my kind of people. No, I wasn't talking about the. No. He was a fairy. No, he been a fairy. No, not that one. But this. Yo, not that one. But no, there was a guy. Okay, I guess he's not, huh? Okay, whatever. David Geffen, yeah. And shout out to Love My Kids. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. Thank you. Oh, man. Y'all are wild. Let me see. I'm going to type in his name real quick. David Geffen. Yeah, because Geffen Records, right? That's who he is. Yeah, and he was married to the black guy. Yep. Okay, let me pull up a picture right here. Can I blow it up? Here we go, y'all. Let me pull it up for y'all real quick. But why can't Tyler Perry just get him a boo like that? Pay for what you want. Pay for what you want. Like, you don't have to sneak around and do all the, like, get what you want. That's my thing, y'all. Get what you want. Because he has no talent, Joy. Ooh, who y'all talking about? His husband, he divorced and is my age. Wow. Yeah. David Geffen and Donovan Michaels. That's what his name is. Yeah. Divorce to 32 requests spousal support amid divorce from billionaire music exec, 82 years old. And listen, he got this guy. He got what he wanted. And now he's about to get paid off. That's the kind of situation that Tyler Perry needs. But I feel like and I hate saying that Tyler Perry needs to live his, like, I feel like that phrase is overused. But the point is that Tyler Perry, they're still going to keep using this stuff against him. But all in all, I think, and this is why I said, like, possibly Braxton can bring down Tyler Perry's empire. Because let's not forget, if Tyler Perry and his homie, his VP, Mark Swinton, is hiring these men, it's always the good-looking, light-skinned guy. If they're hiring these men, bringing them in, so then they can then turn them out and fuck them and stuff like that, then what y'all doing? Because let's be honest, most of the male actors that they hire have no fucking talent. The acting is horrible. Somebody had to say it, damn it. Like, the women are always on point, believable and everything like that, right? But when it comes to the men, they're just kind of there. But Tyler Perry makes sure that he hires the men that he's infatuated with. He even writes the storylines to cater to his fantasies and shit like that. But the men never have talent. They're not good actors. All the men look like Tyler Perry's type. The majority of them are always light-skinned. They always muscle. Like, when you gonna get somebody with a pop belly? You know? I can't believe I just slapped my belly. But when you gonna get somebody with a pop belly? You know? Shit. Not with a six-pack with a motherfucking keg. When you gonna get some of that in your movie? Like, why are they all looking like they going to the gym and shit like that? And I mean, I know it's a Hollywood thing, but even in Hollywood, they got diversity. You know, body positivity. Whatever happened to that? You know what I mean? Like, why is everybody Messi? So shut the hell up, Messi. He said, Mr. Brown. That's the only one. But that's his friend, though. You know? Well, shit, he might have fucked Mr. Brown. I don't. Oh yeah, I'm single as hell. Yes, I am single as hell. Single as a dollar bill, Jennifer. I think these people should be required to file criminal charges first, then civil, and you don't have to be found guilty or criminal to file a civil lawsuit. Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. And thank you, Love My Kids. Thank you for the donation. Okay. So thank you. I was swaying off topic, but you got me back on track. So when he was talking with Storm, he said that he's not doing this for money. He's doing this to get justice. But here's the thing. You signed the NDA, and I don't know the rules of everything, but if you sign the NDA knowing that, okay, well, whatever happened, I'm going to just take this, like, the excuse that he gave for now coming out now, because basically when he was asked about that, like, okay, well, are you coming out now because Derek Dixon is asking for $260 million? He said that he's trying to get justice, and basically, Yahweh, God is trying to, get rid of all this sin and all, like, he's putting God in it. And at this point, God probably wanted you to remove yourself from it. And whatever happens with Hollywood and all this, it's going to be dealt with, right? But who sent you to be the one to clear everything or make it righteous? And like, that's why I was all like, I don't like that. Let me see if I can pull this video up. I know Storm usually doesn't strike. He just wants his credit. Like, I don't want to play the whole thing. I just want the meat and potatoes of it. Let me see if I can pull that. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, hold on.
Man, look, I was manipulated, coerced. I wasn't told my rights. It was like, take it or leave it. You have to do this.
Not zesty. How
it was like I was forced to stay quiet. I even have text messages. She telling me to stay away from the police. Keep your status quo. Radio silent. I mean, make that make sense. I don't understand. Like, it was.
Here's my thing. Back when he signed this NDA, was he about justice then? Because my thing, I still go back to, okay, if he felt like, if they say he couldn't do anything because of the statutes of limitations, right? Then why didn't he go like, hey, I don't want it. I don't want the money. You can't pay me for my silence. Like, if he was told this was his only way, then, and I guess because he's saying now he found out, you know, he could have filed criminal charges. And so now he's going back. It's just so confusing because I honestly don't know what he can do legally. Now, if he can prove malpractice, then I guess, you know, he can fight it. But how do you prove malpractice? Unless she really was trying to hide something for you, but how do you prove that she was trying to hide it from you? Or if she was working with Tyler Perry, you know, on the back end? Like, can you prove that? Probably was in a bind. Listen, Che, am I saying it right? Che, I believe that he was probably in a financial bind and he was like, let me take this money. And mind you, his last payment, because I read the NDA, his last payment was in April. So when he signed the paper in November, it was dated 10/31, but he didn't actually sign until November 7th of 2024. So his payment started in December and they went all the way to April. Now I know he couldn't have spent all that money up already, but he was getting $39,000, a little over $39,000. If Braxton can prove that he signed the NDA under duress, and his attorney conspired with Mark Swinton, TP, and HR, he may have a chance at winning. Right. I know that he would have it, but how is he going to prove that? He has put some text messages out there, but even let me give you an example of something like that I kind of was like, I'm questioning. Okay, this right here, right? This was the whole payment from Mark Swinton that he said. Remember, he said after the situation happened, Mark sent him $6,000. Well, then Mark sent him $980, and then it said, "Don't forget to pay her today." So was that $6,000 for the situation that happened to try to cover it up, and then he sent another $980,000, or was this $6,000 right here a part of that $980? And then, you know, that's because there's no context. It's not like saying, hey, I gave you $6,000 because you know, I had relations with you unwarranted. Right, Serena, that's ding, 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 ding. Because remember, he traveled out for a day to, you know, Mark and him had a set up for him to come out for for the weekend. And then he was with somebody at the bar, and then Mark you know, was all like, hey, let's hang out. You want to come to my place? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why he didn't take the girl with him, but yeah. Couture Bay. That's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me. And I hate to say it, and I hate to put it in this, and I hate to say it like this, but it's quite interesting how this guy has small credits on as far as an actor, his credits are very minimal. They're very minimal. So with that being said, was it a situation where shit, I'm gonna do this extra shit just because I want to make sure that I can get more money and get more income, but when the roles didn't come after, now you have regret. And the way that Mark and Tyler Perry are caught up in this is that they're promising people roles and stability. However, they're lying. They're just using them because I'm thinking a Rico coming. Yo, if this is all true, a Rico is coming. If they flying these men out, promising them movies and TV deals, and all they want is sex from them, a Rico is coming. A RICO is motherfucking coming. But if it's a situation where they are willingly participating in this for payment, oh, they're going to get Tyler Perry with the Mann Act. Allegedly. They're going to get Tyler Perry with the Mann Act. You know, that's the whole thing to engage in prostitution. I see why Raven Simone. I know it's not Rico. I was just making a joke. I don't know if you guys know, but Raven Simone said before she hooks up with people, she makes them sign an NDA. And like, there's famous people that she's been with, and she made them sign an NDA so they can't talk. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna be honest, YouTubers out there, make these mofos sign NDA. I'm gonna put my family on the NDA because we ain't having no more family interviews. But I'm putting my oh yeah, everybody gonna have to go on an NDA from now on. Because there's just so much craziness going on. You got to protect yourself. After the Diddy trial, we need to put Rico on the shelf for a minute. Yeah, we need to definitely put it on the shelf for a minute. 82, I'm convinced now that my friend is on a TV show right now and is sus. I never thought about it before. And you know what? I remember, Patrice, you were talking about your friend. Like, you haven't talked to him. Like, you reached out to him and then, you know, he hasn't messaged you back or anything. Sorry, where is his talent agent? And that's what he's saying. He's saying that so his talent agent in LA couldn't, for whatever reason, handle his stuff in Georgia. He had to get somebody separate. And so the guy that he got in Georgia, I believe it's the Christian guy, that's the one that set up the deal with Tyler Perry Studios and all that stuff. That's what he's claiming. But again, and then he said that he went to the SAG after to complain about it too, but they didn't do anything. So basically what he's claiming is like all these people are basically in bed together. And so when you do speak out, they cover for each other. But I think also too, what goes against him is it's kind of like, okay, well, you signed this NDA. Like, what do we do? What I believe him signing that NDA really messed up a lot of shit. Now, if something criminal went on, yeah, you do protect yourself. But again, they'll probably come back and be like, oh, well, the NDA was for this. The NDA wasn't for that. We don't know what he's talking about. Because trust me, if he's having a hard time looking for lawyers, that means that something in his story, because you telling me Tyrone Blackburn or Tony Busby ain't picked this up, you know they ambulance chasers. So with that being said, it's like, I feel like something is maybe missing in his story. And so that's why nobody has really picked it up. Like, I feel like this just isn't black and white. Now, am I excusing Tyler Perry and Mark E? Listen, let me pull up a picture of them real quick. Hold on. 82 shit. Not only did he not answer, he changed his number and blocked me on his social media. Damn, Patrice. Damn, that is dirty. And Patrice, can you confirm to the people that we ain't got no beef? Why do people still think we got beef? They still cussing me out. I already apologized, damn it. You know I get overly emotional. Why would his talent agent be okay with his talent flying out for a date that doesn't make sense? Yeah, see, there's a lot that's missing. Exactly. He had a hard time looking for lawyers because of the pull Tyler Perry has in Georgia. But even though, like, Georgia, and I guess this is what he's saying too, because he's saying like he thought like only Georgia can handle it, but now he knows because he's a California resident, he could have did it in California. And mind you, Tyler Perry does have a home in California, so he could have easily sued him. And thank you, Love My Kids. She said NDA does not cover any criminal violations. Exactly. And that's the other thing too, because his lawyer made him sign an NDA. But if it was something criminal, like, no, that needs to go through the courts. And then he's also claiming that the case, and you know what? My bad. I did not look up the case number. Are you guys near your computer real quick? Because I can give you guys the case number. Oh shit, did he block? No, he didn't block me. Okay, the case number is, y'all ready? Oh, let me write it down. Hold on. Oh no, I can't switch screens. It's 240-9000982. Again, 240-9000982. And it's in the Roswell, Roswell Police Department. Roswell Police Department, Detective McGinnis, case number 240-9000982. And he's claiming that's the case number right there. Damn, and I meant to look that up beforehand too. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of this, and then while I look up a picture of Mark and Tyler.
Predatory all the way around.
Yeah, and even everybody in the industry told me, bro, they're gonna take advantage of you. They're gonna take advantage. Your lawyer's working with them, and I didn't believe it. But then I started seeing it. It didn't make no sense. Even Derek Dixon's attorney, Jonathan Delshat, said that my attorney did legal malpractice. There's no way in hell you didn't have no California rights. It was an employment place. That's why it's called a limited jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Quid pro. California had jurisdiction because you traveled for work.
You know what? With that being said, I want to leave that there, Braxton. I appreciate you. I appreciate you clearing stuff up so we can understand. And
Rihanna was. They were tossing her around.
Oh, she was so young.
This is why
she was underage.
So in this interview, he talked about how the real reason why Rihanna and Chris Brown got into it because she was having sex with Clive Davis. I found that weird that he was bringing up the Rihanna situation, because what does she have to do with your situation? Why are you saying that? And then on top of that, he brought up Christian Keys because of the whole alleged settlement. He was all like, I heard Christian Keys got $12 million. And I was all like, okay, well, if you don't know that for a fact, why bring that up? Yeah, he was talking about Rihanna. Yeah. Okay.
When she came over here, actually.
Yeah, you got to understand, it's like, man, you got to do something for them to get in. And I know quite a few people right now in the business that are trying to make it in the music business, and they're very young. Some people lie about their age too. Some of them say they're 17 or 16, but they've been lying for years.
Yeah, that's like Mila Kunis.
So Mark is in the middle. This is the VP of Tyler Perry Studios. Yes, Clive Davis is bisexual. He put it in his book, I believe, but he said it during the interview. But yes, this is Mark E Swinton in the middle, y'all. I'm just waiting to hear what y'all got to say about Mark. Now, Mark looks like Andre Harrell. Isn't that crazy? Mark looks like Andre Harrell. Okay, I'll go first. This is what it gives me. It definitely gives me auntie. Auntie, yeah. Definitely auntie. Auntie Mark, And Auntie Tyler. Auntie Mark and Auntie Tyler. That's the, yeah. So I can definitely see a situation ship happening. He looks like the daddy on beat. What's his name? I forgot. Yes. Yes. Queens. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, when we talk about it, I mean, if the man did come on to him, I can believe it. I can believe that Mark tried something. I'm not even gonna play Braxton like, oh no, he's making that. No. Now, did it go down the way you said it? I don't know. I don't know. No, that is not Andre Harrell. That is Mark. You guys, that is Mark, the VP. The alleged assaulter. Yeah, this is, yeah. So there you have it, you guys. That's Mark right there. All right, let me take it down. I just wanted to let y'all marinate on that for a minute. All right.
From that 70s show, she's married to Ashton Kutcher now, who was at those Diddy parties too. Yeah. But when she came over here, she was actually 14. She wasn't 17. So
yeah. But that stuff is real, man. Like that.
It
that
looks
is
a little like
thing.
Medina. Yeah.
I feel bad because I've been to Colombia before. I've seen young women out there getting trafficked, and it's even when you enter the country, they'll tell about the United States because a lot of Americans and rich, wealthy people go out there to take advantage of these girls, and they don't even know how old they are. They sit there and lie. And the cartel, the new generation cartel. Oh man, let me keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. But I feel you though.
What do you mean by shelter?
It's really crazy.
Have you heard any stories about Justin Bieber or?
So he's.
I haven't. I mean, I've heard things, but I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know. So anything could happen, man.
Did you know one of the things I'm confused of with the whole story? How he said he went up to he was drinking at Mark's house. Then he remembered he was like hella drunk, and then Mark guided him up to the stairs to his bedroom and like was kissing on him, and he was trying to stop him, but he was too drunk. It almost alluded to like he put something in his drink. Like he gave him a cocktail, like basically, you know how they were saying Diddy was doing the GHB and all that stuff, but yeah. And so I'm all like, how, like, I don't know.
Did you know Christian Keys at all?
No, but I remember when I tried to come get help from his manager, I contacted his manager. I heard people say, I don't know if this is true, but I did hear a rumor he did settle. Someone told me 12 million. Somebody told me 15 million. So we don't know. But I know for a fact he had a settlement because you got to think of this. You see my situation, right? I don't want to be back in the business. I don't care about the reputation. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is truth. So even now, me telling the truth, they blackball me from Hollywood. I don't give a damn if you blackball me in Hollywood. I'm never going back to you because all you guys are spreading lies on movies and television. You don't speak no truth in none of these television works. All you do is promote violence, sex, lust, man on man, woman on woman, all that. Nothing glorifies Yahweh at all. Nothing. And that's the problem. And a lot of people are going to be judged for that. But anyway, That's Babylon. That is the modern Babylon. That is the system of the serpent. He controls that system, right? You see, he is still the creator of All Queens Men, and you see Tyler Perry, executive producer of All Queens Men.
True.
He just came out and said something about I have a problem with the BET. He ain't saying no names. He's saying somebody's causing some backlash and behind the scenes.
We talked about that.
Situations with him, right? We all know who he's talking about. He's not saying the names because he had a settlement. He still cares about his reputation. He's still in the business. He still wants to make films. He still wants to create art. But all the art he's trying to create has no truth. It has nothing that glorifies our creator. You got to understand this world. What does it say in the scripture? Do not be conformed to this world. I am separated from this world.
And this is when, like, you start losing me when you start all that God talk stuff, because, like, I'm all like, okay, listen, if you thought you was going to get in the entertainment business and change it from the inside, no, you wasn't changing it. That's the part that starts losing me, because it's all like, you just became a Christian, like, within the last 2 years, and now all of a sudden, like, you talking all this. No, it's kind of like when, shout out to Juice Radio, because we were talking about this earlier on her channel, when everybody was believing Kanye was godly and all, like, oh, give him a chance, he gonna change. You know, Kanye is now this and that and that and this, and y'all were fooled by Kanye. Yeah, that's what it's giving. It's giving Big Jack energy. It's giving, I'm a little salty now. I just want to go ahead and tell. Well, at least we actually know that he worked in the industry with Jag. I mean, she was only in the industry for about 10 years, 10 good years. Other than that, she was doing the Chitlin circuit. Like, she wasn't really like with the big dogs or nothing. It is what it is. Let's continue.
All I'm doing is spreading truth. Everything is a pattern. If you stay like, for example, you see how people idolize other people. What does it say in scripture? Yahweh say, don't idolize other idols, don't idolize other gods or praise other gods. When people say God, Lord, Jesus, all this, they're praising other things. The letter J in the Hebrew language never existed at the time that Yahshua was born. So how did they come up with that name? Man created that, right? The Catholics, you can even look on Google that the Catholics changed Yahweh's name to God and Lord. Even it says in scripture, don't forget, my people forgot my name as Baal. All these things, they know that Yahweh is real. Everything is spiritual in Hollywood. Everything is spiritual. Everyone's doing.
Who is Soul? I don't know who that is. Who's Soul?
Rituals.
Everything's demonic.
Everything is demonic, right?
Everything is demonic, satanic. It's I interviewed another lady, and the interview never came out because she asked me not to release it. But basically, she wrote a movie, sold it, but they wouldn't let her praise God. They said, well, all gods. And
I was getting that vibe too.
Because I think what she was trying to show, like, there was only one way to heaven. And they were like, no, but there's many paths to heaven. And
that's what
and then when she tried to pull out of doing
hold on,
finishing the movie, because they paid her like $2.5 million.
That's not Kanye though. That's two different situations.
She tried to pull out, and then they said to her, "I own you, bitch!" Like it was crazy. And then her other directors, they were white, brother and sister. They were sleeping with each other, and then they were trying to sleep with her. It was a lie. It was a lot she went through.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. He's trying to say that he just wants to have the truth out there. He wants this to be criminal. Like, he doesn't care about the money. He wants this to be criminal. But it's all like, you already took the money. Like, I just don't know.
Nobody owes anyone. The only way to be in the kingdom, like to be with Yahweh, Yahshua the Messiah, is to believe in his true name. There, even in scripture, it says there's no other name under in heaven. This is my name forever, for all in generations. So when people say Jehovah, God, Lord, Allah, all
Oh,
this.
you're talking about him.
Who all made those names? You gotta.
No, I don't believe. I don't believe in Braxton's change either. I don't care about being the bad guy. I think it's a little bullshit when he talks about it. I think he's honestly trying to throw that in there to like more prove his point. Like he's this. I think a lot of these people, when they have like these mental breakdowns and shit like that, like they use God in a certain way where it's not like, hey, I made this change in my life. It's more used as a defense to not penalize, but well, yeah, I guess that would be the word, to like penalize people and be like, oh, well, you need to live your life like this. It doesn't come off like welcoming, like, hey, I read the scripture today, like people just talking. Have y'all remember Derek Jackson's wife? The guy who was cheating on his wife and stuff like that. I forgot what her name is. It's like Denisha or something like that. And the wife be like, God is gonna come and get, and you got it, and all that shit that turns me off.
Look, you have to do your research. I tell people, don't believe me. Do your own research. I can see. I'm just. My thing is.
That's probably the
here to
word that
plant
I was
that
looking
seed.
for. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Lucky.
it. That is literally.
I think it's being more manipulative than actually genuine.
It. I'm not sitting here to tell you.
And listen, I know Storm was uncomfortable because Storm, he be rubbing crystals and talking to spirits and shit like that. So I know Storm was freaked out when he started. Shout out to Storm, but Storm be doing magic, throwing rose petals, moon water and all that shit. So I know Storm was all like, "Oh shit, I didn't know he was gonna go this deep."
You what you should believe in, because religion it wasn't created by Yahweh, right? Nobody told you couldn't eat pork because that was already fulfilled in the Messiah law. Muslims over here praising Elijah Muhammad, but he was a man. So it's just, you gotta understand, man. There's a lot of people they deceive.
Shout out to the
when you see the
people.
confusion, deceiving, that is Satan. But when you see things,
if I'm gonna drag the Christians, I'm gonna drag the spiritual people, I'm gonna drag the witches, I'm gonna drag the Muslims, I'm gonna drag the Jews, I'm dragging them all
clearly, and you can't unsee it. That's Yahweh. There's nothing else about it. That's why I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of what they do.
And so you're serious when you say you're not trying to come back in the industry. You're not trying to you're good. And why would you after an experience?
Yeah,
he was on 2 episodes of The Oval.
I'm a married man now. I'm happy. I'm in a better place. I got a dog. I didn't even expect me to do things like this, just to do regular things, and I love it. I feel more at peace. But what kills me in the inside is when I know there are Yahweh's children still out there and still in slavery under the entertainment business. Because when I have that knowledge and I don't tell nobody about it, their blood is in my hands now.
Got a good point there. So to aspiring creative artists, you would tell them to stay away from Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, I would tell them to stay away. If you really want to do something, I would create your own stuff.
You're right about that. He uses God to lure people. But if you notice more Tyler Perry stuff, it doesn't have any reference to God or anything like that. Tyler Perry literally separated himself from anything with religion, really, when you think about it. Because in that lawsuit with Derek Dixon, he was saying something like, yeah, something about like spirituality. So I think even Tyler Perry has evolved from that, and he probably on some new shit, but he can't publicly come out and say he's more spiritual than tied to a certain religion now.
But it has to.
And I never really thought he was that godly anyway. I'm not fooled, trust me.
You want to. I can't tell you what to do, but if it was me, I would focus on Yahweh only. Does it glorify Him? If you're trying to make anything in the business, I wouldn't let nobody own your stuff. I want to do anything, right? I truly, I'm telling you, because the business is over with. Los Angeles talking about they pass on a new tax incentives. Man, it's too expensive to live out there. Nobody's out there doing that crap no more.
Dude, everybody left. Everybody left LA.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Shout out to Storm. If you guys want to go ahead and see the whole thing, check it out. But yeah, that's how I was feeling, you guys. I think there's more to the story because, of course, there's always two sides to the story. I think this may have been a situation where, well, again, I don't want to put the whole blame on Braxton, right? Because technically we're looking at him as the victim. However, I feel that this is a learning lesson for Tyler Perry and Mark, his VP. Like, stop getting these men just based on their looks. Go for people with talent. Go with people with the guts and the pot bellies, you know? Go for that. Stop going for the good-looking, light-skinned dude. And if you want somebody, go out and get them yourselves. Like, get people that are attracted to you or at least want you for your money, you know? And I don't want to say Brian Tanaka, you know, Mariah Carey's ex. I don't want to say that Tyler Perry and him are together. Like, I honestly didn't report about that because my thing was all like, well, it looks consensual at least. Yo, I hate to say it like that, but that's the way it looked. It looked to me. I was like, oh, look, at least it looks consensual. You know, the picture of them, like, I guess they were on some kind of yacht or something like that. I was like, it's consensual, you know, just, yeah. But again, find you somebody that wants you for you. Find you somebody who wants you for a consensual relationship. Stop using people through your work and all that other stuff. And, you know, that shit's just weird. Like, stop doing that. This is how you end up in these situations because you're literally using people saying like, oh, yeah, I can get you this opportunity. But really, you just want them for sex, allegedly. That is weird. You know, weird. 82, what's your price? How much could they pay? Listen, this show ain't about me. Jennifer, you DM me and I'll give you my price. But anyway, y'all, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love y'all for being here. Thank you so much. I know these kind of conversations are hard to have. And I want to just be clear. Let's be clear. I'm not trying to be on the other spectrum as far as like, yeah, I'm going to say all the shit that people are afraid to say because I want to be edgy or stuff like that. No, I actually do believe that there's more to the story. I think if we learn anything from the Diddy and Cassie situation, it's not good to pick a side if you don't have all the facts. And so I choose not to pick sides until I have all the facts. I'm going to bring up every kind of situation and incident I can in my head until we find out one that seems like it's plausible, right? That's what my job is. I love y'all. Be safe. Love one another. That's my main message. We out.